Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to today's class. So this is a class for construction of triangles, mathematics part 2, and we will be doing problem set 4. Okay, so let's quickly revise what we have done so far. So there are three type of constructions in this chapter. The first type is finding the construction with sum, second is using difference, and third is using perimeter. If we look at the first type, that was on sum, where the sum is given and one angle and one side is given. So how do we do that type of construction? So here are the steps. First we start with drawing the base, right? So three things are given here in this type of construction: base is given, angle is given, and the sum is given. So we start with drawing the base, then we draw the given angle, and finally we mark the sum. Okay, once we mark the sum, we join it and bisect it, right? Join and bisect, and once you bisect, you get the third point that completes the construction. Correct? This was construction 1. Next we look at construction type 2, where the base is given, the angle is given, and the difference between the two remaining sides is given. Now when we talk about difference, it can be greater minus smaller, or it can be the other way. Okay, so we will look at the two type of construction in difference. In difference also there are two type of constructions. So if you look at these two questions, you will clearly understand the two differences or the two different types in difference problem. So if I label it as ABC, this is also ABC. Both the questions are exactly almost similar type of questions. See, so here it's AB minus AC. So this should be greater minus smaller. It's always greater minus smaller. So here we can check that AB is greater. So this side is greater. Whereas if we look at the second example, it says AC is greater, AB is smaller, right? So here AB is smaller. So do you understand the difference between both the construction? First construction here has greater side on the left, and the second type has smaller side on the left, correct? So whenever the greater side is on left, we do the construction above. Okay, we do the construction above. Those were the what do you say, those were the rough diagrams. So if the left side is greater, the construction is done up, and if the left side is smaller, the construction is done down. So up and down, that is the difference, very important difference for this type of construction. Okay, fine. So I will mark it again. If the left hand side is greater, we do the construction up, and if the left hand side is smaller, then we do the construction down. That is the basic difference between these two type of problems. Then the third type, this was the second type of construction. And what are the steps? So let us look at the steps. We are given base, angle, and the difference. So always start with the base, right? Then draw the angle, and we need to mark the difference. Either you mark it up or you mark it down. Once you mark, you join it to the other end, and you join and bisect, right? So fourth step is join and bisect. Once you bisect, you get the other vertex, the last vertex, the third vertex, and that completes the construction, right? So this is type 2 construction. Next was the third type of construction that we did yesterday. We almost did around 4 problems on this type of construction, which was based on perimeter. So the perimeter is given, two base angles are given, and yes, that's all. So perimeter and two base angles are given. For this type of questions, we start with first drawing the base, Then draw the half angles, that is whatever angles are given, suppose it is 60 and 80, so we draw 30 and 40 degrees, like that. So draw half angles. Then once you draw half angles, you need to bisect, join. Okay, so these half angles, they would join to get one of the vertex, right? Once you get the vertex, we need to draw perpendicular bisectors, and joining the perpendicular bisectors to the base, we get the other two vertices that would complete the type 3 construction. So this was an overview of all the three type of constructions. Now let us move to problem set 4. So let's do the construction. We will be doing all three type of constructions, right? So this is type 1 construction. How do we identify that? Look, here we are given the sum, correct? We are given the sum over here. Fine. So step 1, we start with the rough diagram. So draw a rough diagram. We are asked to construct triangle XYZ. So this is X, this is Y, that is Z, correct? The sum is given. Then base YZ is given to be 4.9. This is 4.9 centimeters. And angle XYZ, the central letter is Y. So angle XYZ, that is 45 degrees. All right. So label this as, this is the rough diagram. This is something very important. You need to mention this is rough diagram, right? And now let's move to the construction. How to do the construction. So just a minute, students. Yes. So there I'm sharing my screen. So you all are able to see the screen with construction tools. Yes. And let's get started now. So you see the rough diagram on one side. This is problem set 4 and it's question number 1. Okay. So let's begin. How do we start? We start with drawing the base. So step 1, draw the base. Step 2, we draw the angle, right? Step 3, use the sum or mark the sum. Okay, all the steps are interconnected. Once we mark the sum, join it to the base and bisect, right? So join and bisect. And finally, step 5, get the last vertex. Once you get the vertex, that completes the construction. Okay, so let's get started. We start with drawing the base. What is the base? It's 4.9. So we start at 0 over here and it's 4.9 there. It's 4.9. And we label it. So this is Y, this is Z, this is 4.9 centimeters. Okay, step 2, we draw the angle, which is 45 degrees. So using the protractor, we place it on the end Y and mark 45 degrees, which is over here. This is 45 degrees. 40, 50, this is 45 degrees over here. Mark 45 degrees and then you join this point Y to that point and extend like that. Okay. So once you are done with step 2, step 3 is mark the sum. What is the sum? The sum is 10.3. So here we are going to mark 10.3. So using the compass, take the distance 10.3 in your compass. Okay, so this won't let me take distance 10.3 because it's just, it goes till 9 only. So please wait. Let me check out if I can show it to you in other way. Till then, you all can try to work out on your paper, right? Try to do this construction on your own till then, quickly.
Practice set.
Okay, so let us look at another way of doing this construction. That is, I won't be doing it. Let me play a video for you, and you can check out how to do that construction. So just a minute, I'm going to share my screen. Yes. So there you can see the screen. This is problem set 4 and question number 1. Okay. So we have to construct triangle XYZ such that the sum of two sides is 10.3. One side is 4.9 centimeters and angle XYZ is 45 degrees. Okay, so that is the rough figure they have drawn first. All right. So the sum of these two sides is 10.3. Mention that this is a rough figure, and YZ is given to be 4.9 centimeters. Okay. So how do we begin? We start with drawing the base first, right? And then we need to mark that distance 10.3. Correct? This is explanation of the figure. Okay, it is explanation of the rough figure, and we will see the construction now.
Hence, if we draw the perpendicular bisector of segment ZR, then XZ is equal to XR by perpendicular bisector theorem, and we get the desired triangle XYZ. Step 1. Draw
So there we begin with the construction.
triangle RYZ, where base YZ is equal to 4.9 centimeter.
So you draw the base first, which is 4.9 centimeters.
Angle Y is equal to 45 degree, and YR is equal to 10.3 centimeter.
So there we draw this angle, which is 45 degrees, and join it with Y, extend it, right? Draw the arrowhead. And next we have to take distance 10.3, right? So in the compass, you should be able to take distance 10.3 and mark it on YR, on YD like that. So mark 10.3 centimeters on that ray that we got in step 2, and then we have to join that R to Z. Okay, so we join R to Z, and once you join that, we need to bisect it. So there you can see they have joined
Step 2.
that
Draw
R
the
to Z.
perpendicular bisector of segment ZR and allow it to meet segment
Yes, and now we are going to draw perpendicular bisector to ZR, correct?
YR.
And how do we draw perpendicular bisector? Take more than half distance, draw arcs on both the ends. Using the same distance, place the steel point on other end and cross out those two arcs, right? So here you see they have taken more than half distance, draw arcs on both the sides like that, place the steel point on the other end. Without disturbing the distance, you cross out those arcs and join them,
The point of intersection
right?
of the perpendicular bisector of segment ZR and segment YR is point X.
So there you see the point of intersection of this perpendicular bisector with YR is the point X.
Step 3.
So that is how you get point X.
Join points X and Z and we get triangle XYZ.
That's how joining those 2 points XZ gives us the triangle XYZ.
This triangle XYZ has base YZ which is equal to 4.9 centimeter. Base angle XYZ is equal to 45 degree. And sum of the other two sides, that is XY plus XZ, is equal to 10.3 centimeter.
Okay, and how can you do the verification? So you can always measure the side XY and measure the side XZ, and adding both of them, you should get the distance 10.3. Okay, that is the verification. All right. So we move to the next question, question number 2 now. Question number 2 from problem set 4. We are asked to construct triangle ABC. So we draw a rough diagram here, which is ABC. Angle B is given to be 70 degrees. Angle C is given to be 60 degrees. And we are given sum of all the three sides. That is, we are given the perimeter. The perimeter is equals to 11.2 centimeters. Okay, so this is type 3 construction where we draw the perimeter first. So draw the perimeter first, which is 11.2 centimeters, right? And then we draw half the angles. So half of 70 would be 35 degrees over here, and half of 60 would be 30 degrees on this end, right? And once we join those two angles, we get this vertex that would be A, and then we will bisect these two sides. We bisect AX and bisect AY, right? So bisecting these two sides, we get the other two vertices, correct? So this is the construction in, just a summary of that. And now let's do the construction using the tools. Okay, so now I share the screen, just a minute. There. So you can see that's the rough diagram. This is, and we start with the steps. So step 1, draw the perimeter. I hope you all are working with me. Draw the perimeter. Step 2, draw half angles. Step 3, get the vertex. Once you get the vertex, bisect the two sides. Step 4, bisect two sides. Once you bisect the two sides, you get the other two vertices. Get the other two vertices. Okay, so let's begin. We start with drawing the perimeter. So using a ruler, you need to measure 11.2 centimeters. So there, this is 11.2 centimeters. Okay, once we are done with that, we are going to label it. So this is BC, this is not BC, sorry, that's not BC. We have to use some other letters let's say x and y. So this is x and y because that's the perimeter. That's not the base, it is the perimeter. So xy, which is 11.2 centimeters. Okay, and then we have to draw half angles. So what is half of 70 degrees? That would be 35. What is half of 60 degrees? That would be 30. So on one end, on let's say on end x, you have to draw 35 degrees. So we draw 35 degrees over here like this. Okay, and once you have drawn that, we join the point x to that point and extend it, right, and draw the arrowheads. Correct. Now next thing is to draw 30 degrees on other end. So place the projector in such a way that the center point is coinciding with the point y, and now mark 30 degrees. So here I have marked 30 degrees. Okay, and you need to join point y with that point and extend to get the vertex. So here you see we get the vertex, which is this point of intersection. So this is point A. We have got the vertex. Next, we have to bisect the two sides. Which sides? So that is AX and AY. We need to bisect AX and AY. And how do we bisect? Place the steel point on X, take more than half distance, and using the same distance, we are going to cross out those two arcs, right? So here I have placed the steel point on X and take more than half distance, and we are going to draw arcs on both the sides. So arc on this side and arc on other side like this. Correct. Place the steel point on point A and try to cross out those two arcs using the same distance. Okay, there we have crossed out those two arcs, and joining these two points, we get the perpendicular bisector. So that's perpendicular and bisector, meaning both the sides are equal, right? Next step is to bisect the other side, which is AY. So we are going to bisect AY. You see, this is complete AY. We need to take more than half distance. Fine. And using the same distance, we are going to cross out those two arcs. So here, this is arc on one side. We draw a similar arc on other side. So just a minute. Here, we draw arc on other side like that. Using the same distance, place the steel point on Y, and now we are going to cross out those two arcs. So here we cross out those two arcs like that. Yes. And once the arcs get crossed out, we join those 2 points to get the perpendicular bisector. Right? So you see, this is perpendicular, and these two sides, this complete side AY gets divided into two equal parts. Now, the point where these two bisectors they meet the base, these 2 points are the vertices. So once you bisect the two sides, you get the other two vertices on the base. So the base over here, this is B and this is point C. Joining ABC, we get the triangle. So joining ABC like that, we get the triangle. This is the required triangle. And now if you try to check it using the productor, that is if you wish to look at the verification, and if you check, angle B is exactly 70 degrees over here. Likewise, check angle C. If you place the steel point, if you place the midpoint of this protector on point C, you can check angle C is exactly 60 degrees. Okay, so that completes the construction and the verification also. Fine. Now let us look at the third question. But question number 3 is for self-study. It is omitted from syllabus for this academic year. And because of that, we will look at question number 4 now. So straight question number 4, we start with drawing the rough diagram. So we are asked to construct triangle PQR in which PQ minus PR equals to 2.4 centimeters. It's greater minus smaller. That means PQ is greater side. And we know if the left hand side is greater, then the construction will be done above. Construction will be done above, right? We extend this line up and do the construction, right? So we are given QR, which is equals to 6.4 centimeter, and we are given angle PQR, which is 55 degrees. All right, so let's do the construction. Okay, and I'm going to share the screen here. That is the rough diagram. Problem set 4 with question number 4. Okay, that's the rough diagram. And how do we begin? Start with step 1, that is draw the base. Step 2, draw the angle. Step 3, mark the difference. Step 4, bisect. We need to join and bisect. And once you join and bisect, you get the last vertex. When we get the vertex, we just join it to the other end. That completes the construction. Okay, so let us begin here. We start with drawing the base. So here QR, I'm going to take it to the extreme left. Okay, and here we will draw base, which is 6.4 centimeters. So draw 6.4 centimeters like that and label it, correct? So label it as QR. This is Q, this is R, and it is 6.4 centimeters. Next step is to draw the angle. So using the protector, keep it or place it on point Q like that, and we need to mark 55 degrees. So 50 and 60, this is 55 over here. So that's 55 degrees. Once we mark that, we are going to join point Q to that point which gave us 55 degrees and extend. Okay. Also, don't forget to put arrowheads. Right? We are done with drawing angle 55 degrees, and now we have to mark the difference. So what is the difference? It's 2.4. So on the ruler, I am going to use the compass to get 2.4 centimeters. So here, place the steel point on 0 and using the compass, measure the distance 2.4 centimeters like that. Okay. And now we are going to place this steel point on Q and mark. We will mark the difference on this ray. So here we are going to cross it out like that. So here we cross it out like that. Okay. Once you mark the difference, we have to join it. We have to join it to the other end. So join and bisect. That is the next step. Once you mark the difference, you have to join and bisect. So join this arc to the other end, and now we have to bisect this. Remember, this is not point P, this is just a random point. Fine? And now we have to bisect XR. So let's bisect XR. How do we do that? We begin with placing the steel point on point X and take more than half distance. This is complete XR. We have to take more than half distance. Without disturbing the distance, we have to draw it. So we draw arcs on both the sides like that. Here we are going to draw an arc on this side, and now we have to cross out these two arcs. So there I'm going to cross out those two arcs using the same distance, placing the steel point on point R. Okay, and you see the arcs, they have got crossed out. Still, I will just try to draw it more neatly. So here I'm going to cross it out again. Just check. So these are the two arcs. We need to join these 2 points and extend it further so that somewhere it intersects with that blue line. Correct? So that somewhere it intersects with that blue line. And if you check, it does intersect, right? It does intersect. So if I draw this line further, if I extend it further like that, you can see we get the point of intersection. The point of intersection is point P. So let me use pink color. That point of intersection, this point is point P. Okay, so that is how the triangle would look. Triangle PQR. Okay, so triangle PQR, this complete triangle, that is the actual triangle. Okay, now this was the construction. Let us look at the verification. How to do the verification, right? So how to do the verification? We know PQ minus PR should be equal to 2.4 centimeters. Let us check if we get that difference. So we first find what is PQ, then find what is PR and subtract them to check if we get 2.4 centimeters. So here, using a ruler, we are going to place it like this and measure the side PQ first. Okay, so that's all right. Yes, and now we can measure. So the point Q is mapped with 0, and you can see point P, it measures somewhere around 12. Okay, not exactly 12, it will be 12.1. If I try to measure it again, it says 12 or 12.1. Okay, so let's consider 12 itself. Fine. And PR. What is the measure PR? So place the point 0 anywhere, maybe on P, or you can place it on R. And now we are just trying to measure it using the ruler. So here on point P it's 0, point R shows 9.7. It's 9.6. Okay, so that's 9.6. And now if you subtract, this would be 4, and that's exactly 2.4 centimeters. You see the difference is 2.4 centimeters. So that completes the verification also. Okay, so for just for your knowledge, you can do this verification, and that is how we do the construction. So once again, let's recap how we did the construction of this difference problem. So we are given the base, we are given the difference, and we are given one angle. We start with drawing the base, then draw the angle. Once you draw the angle, on it you have to mark the difference. So the difference was 2.4. Here you have marked the difference, this arc. Once you mark it, you need to join it to the other end, join it to this end R, join and bisect. So the red line, that is we have joined it and you have to bisect it. Once you bisect it, you need to extend that ray or that line, you need to extend it so that it joins the blue line or the angle 55, right? And the point of intersection is P. So that is how we get the vertex P, and joining that P to R, we get the complete triangle PQR. All right, so that is triangle PQR. Okay, so that completes this chapter, and we still have some time. So let's take a quiz. Okay, let's take a quiz on mental maths. It's not on construction, it's just plain mental maths. All right, so that you get to do some small exercise on maths and you all become more active learners, right? So, how are you going to do this quiz? What are the instructions? So you need to go to Google. Okay, everyone, please be very attentive. I will give the instructions only once and then you all can try. Okay, I hope you all are ready. Quickly raise your hands and let me check how many of you are ready on your toes. Yes. So Ritesh Sharma, I can see hands raised. Tanveer, Mugesh, Sakshi, Suyash. Okay, only 5 of them. Okay. I can see some more of them. Sejal, Shruti, Sakshi, Antrayami, great, 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 great. Around many of you, I see you have raised your hands. So great. Let's get started. Pooja, Sarvesh, Karan, Krish, Siddhi, all are ready. Great. Abhay, Shweta, and Sarvesh. Okay, fine. So let me quickly give you the instructions. All right. So the instructions are: you need to go to Google. 25 of you have raised your hands. That great. That's great. Thank you. And now the instructions: you need to go to Google and type in joinmyquiz.com. Okay, so that is what you need to type in. It should be joinmyquiz.com, joinmyquiz.com, and it is for students. You will get, once you Google it, you will get this link which is for students. You need to click on that. Okay, once again, it's joinmyquiz.com. When you type in that and enter, you will get some links. Click on the link which says for students, and once you're done with it, you will be able to see, yes, you will be able to see this page which shows quizzes. Okay, it will load and then it will ask for a code. Okay, I will give you that code, and once you enter that code and hit join a game, okay, once you hit that join a game, then it will ask for a name. So enter the code and enter your name and click on start, and you will be here waiting for other participants to join. Okay, so let me share the code. Till then, try to Google in joinmyquiz.com. All right, so I see many of you have raised hand again. I think that means that you are ready to for the code, right? So that is the code on the screen. I'll just read it out for you. It's 078082. 078082. That is the code. Abhishek has joined. Mugesh, Priyanshu. Okay, others quickly Google in joinmyquiz.com and enter the code 078082. 078082. It's 078082. The quiz is really easy. It's all on mental maths. Simple multiplication, addition, subtraction, division problems. Nothing. I just want you to just get little active to do some, it's just a small game, and it's very, those questions are very basic of like 5th 6th standard, so not to worry at all. Go ahead, try it out. Okay, enter your name and you will be here on the dashboard. I see 30 of you have already joined. So Falak, Anjali, Anis, Pooja, Sharmeen, Ruchita, Sanjana, Ritesh, Sakshi, Sahil, Ruchita, Achal, Sahil, Shreya, Shifa, Pooja, Tanveer, Astha, Abhay, Krish, Suyash, Siddhi, Adil, Tazeen, Shweta, Harsh, Sarvesh, Abhishek, Priyanshu. Yes, you all have joined. I see that. And we will wait for a few more participants to join. Abid, Kanchan, quickly. Others, I see 144 participants. At least 50 of you join, and then we will quickly begin with the quiz. Okay, 10 more participants, and I am going to hit start so that we can play the game. The questions are really easy. Of 5th 6th standard, it's only multiplication, division, some exercise for you and maths. Some very easy questions. Okay, so 7 more participants. Quickly, students. Okay, I know all of you are very tech savvy students, and you can, of course, Google in joinmyquiz.com, enter the code 078082. 078082. Once you enter the code, you will be here on the dashboard. 6 more students. Very good. And 5 more students now. Nikhil, Raiba, Shruti, okay. And 3 more students. We want 2 more students and we'll begin. Quickly. You need to Google joinmyquiz.com and enter the code. That is the code 078082. And we have 50 participants now. Once you enter the code, you have to enter your name and click on start. Okay, so let's begin. I have clicked on start. I see a few more of you are joining. Go slow, go slow, and read the questions carefully. Take some time to do the calculations, because speed doesn't matter here. I want you to get 100%, because the questions are really easy. Simple addition subtraction questions. This quiz is just to engage you. It is uh, just to make you little active so that you can do something on your, it's kind of a small break for you. Okay, you're taking up so many classes since morning. Read the question very carefully. The questions are easy. Do the calculations. Take some time. Don't be in a hurry to finish it. It's about accuracy today and not the speed. It's about the accuracy, students. Try to get 100%. I don't want you on the leaderboard. I want you to have 100%. So I see 56 players are playing. Others, it's easy. You need to go to Google. Okay, switch pages, go to Google, and you need to type in joinmyquiz.com. Once you type in joinmyquiz.com, click on the student version, and it will ask for a code. The code is 078082. 078082. Enter the code, and it will ask for a name. Enter the name and you will be here on the dashboard. You can see the questions. Okay, so far, how many of them are getting full correct? So it's Abid, Siddhi has got some questions wrong. Okay, I want the students who score full 100% and not on the leaderboard. No. It should be 100%. So far, Krish is getting all of the answers right. Next is Swatantra is getting all the questions right. Another person, Pooja Singh, is doing all of them right. Okay, students with 100%. Siddhi, go slow. All the questions so far are right. Siddhi, very good. Again, others are still trying. They have not started. Others, please start. Go really slow. I see a lot of you are getting wrong answers. It is simple calculations. It is simple calculations. And here around we have 60 players and most of them have completed the quiz. None of you doing 100% so far. Siddhi has got 4 correct, all correct. Siddhi, try to get all of them right. You're the only one getting all of them right so far. And Pooja also. Okay, Pooja has got one wrong. Fine, fine. Try to get maximum right. Okay, so it's not about speed today, it's about accuracy. All right. So we wait for another 2 minutes and then I'll end the game. Let's wait for another 2 minutes and then I'll end the game. Sakshi Sharma, yes, you're doing great. Only one wrong so far. Sakshi Maurya has got around, I think, 9 of them right. Abhishek has got 9 of them right. Abid has got 9 of them right. Okay. And Afreen and Jishan are two students who are still trying and they have got all the questions right so far. So let's wait for another minute and check if they get 100%. Jishan, yes, go slow. You're doing great. Try to get 100%. Muskan and Sakshi Tiwari, again I see you are on the right track. You are getting. Sharmeen also has got everything right so far. Falak, Ayan, Gauri, they are also trying and they are getting right answers. Okay, so let me check once again. Muskan has all correct so far. We will wait for another minute. Jishan is doing great. All correct so far. Afreen Khan, yes, very good. And I see, I guess, two of you may get 100%. Still, okay, fantastic. And we have got one student. Two of you have got 100%. Very good, Jishan Sheikh and Afreen Khan. I see Muskan is rising up on the leaderboard and maybe she also gets 100%. So let's wait for another 30 seconds. Sakshi Tiwari, Sharmeen, they are also trying. Two other students are trying. Let's see if they get 100%. Ayan is also doing great. Yes, students, we are running out of time, so try to read the question carefully. Okay, and we have Ayan also doing great. And here I can see there are 4 students with 100%. It's Sakshi Tiwari, Afrin Khan, Jishan Sheikh, and Muskan. Okay, we wait for another 20 seconds. Another 20 seconds. Ayan is doing great. All 8 questions right so far. 2 more questions to go, Ayan. And Fatima also has got all correct so far. One more student, Adi Shakti. Yes. And another 10 seconds to end the quiz. Another 10 seconds. Fatima doing great so far. And these are the 6 students who got full 100%. Ati Shakti is still trying and one more question to go and maybe she also gets or he also gets it correct. Okay, and that was 90%. So with that, I'm going to end the quiz now. We have 6 students who got 100%. Today's quiz was about accuracy and not the speed. Okay, so 70% accuracy we have achieved, and here I'm going to end the quiz. So the top 3 students, Jishan is third, Muskan is second, and Fatima is first. But it's about the accuracy, and we had 6 students getting 100%. Yes, you can see it on my screen. 6 of you have got 100%. And now let us quickly look at the questions. Okay, we are going to review the questions one by one. So here you can see it on my screen. The first question was, what is double of 340? So double of 340 is like you have to add 340 with 340 or multiply it by, with or multiply by 2, right? So the answer to this was 680. The second question was, what is the standard form of this number 1000 plus 300 plus 50 plus 7, right? So the answer to this was 1357, and 33 of you have got it right. We look at the next question. How many days are there in 2 weeks? 2 weeks, 1 week, 7 days, so 2 weeks, 14 days, right? Next question was, which is the smallest number? You had to identify the smallest number, and here it was 223. Next question, what is the date of the second Sunday in Jan month? So here the second Sunday, the first Sunday is 6 and the second Sunday is 13. So the answer was 13. Next question was, I have 12 socks and how many pairs can I make? So out of those 12, to make pairs, you need to divide by 2. So dividing by 2, that would give you 6. The next question, if you cut a pizza into 10 pieces and eat 4 of those pieces, 6 would be left, right? So the answer to this was 6. How many sides do 3 triangles have? One triangle has 3 sides. So 3 triangles, how many sides? 3 times 3. So that is 9, right? Next question, what number will come after adding 1 to 98? So first you had to add 1 to 98 and then the next number. So 98 plus 1, that's 99, and the next number to it, that is 100. Okay, and I guess this is the last question. How many hours are there in 10 days? One day it's 24 hours. So 10 days, that would be 240 hours. 24 times 10. Okay, that was the last question. And now let me quickly share other screen. So that was all for today. Happy New Year to all of you. Stay focused and use your time wisely. A very important message on the New Year occasion. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone for joining and have a nice day.